Cuffs are off, man. Get right. Too many left in these leagues, but I ain't gonna leave. I'ma get right. Get right. Down to the bottom and scratch it for all the...
Hey everybody, Adam Rank here.
What's up, everybody? It's Marcus Grant.
This is AJ Dillon of the Green Bay Packers.
I got to give a shout out to y'all at Get Right Fantasy.
If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? You want to lose your league?
Our league. Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network.
You got to get right with the Get Right Fantasy Network.
And best of luck with your podcast. Appreciate the support.
And you're tuned in to watch my boys at Get Right Fantasy Network. Get you right. Enjoy the show.
But I tune in every Friday. Strategies provided, I will lock in every way. So go and roll your sleeves up. Yeah, go and roll your sleeves up. And I'm getting down, cause I roll my sleeves up. And I'm getting right, cause I roll my sleeves up.
I just kind of want to let the music just keep rolling all the way through. What up? What up? What up, world? We are back. I'm Anthony, aka Rasta. This is Get Right Fantasy Network. And it is Friday, man, June 28th. And that means, and I didn't plan it this way, 69 more days until we have NFL kickoff week 1. Ravens at Chiefs. Let's go, man. Let's get it. I'm here with my boy, my brother from another mother, Mr. Classic Mike. How you doing, Classic?
What up, everybody? Excited to be here tonight to join these two wonderful gentlemen here. Excited.
Absolutely, man. We do have our boy here, one of our newest additions to the Get Right Fantasy Network, Mr. Kendall Vanderbilt from the Fantasy Football Tavern. How you doing, Kendall?
Hey, we're doing nice. Happy Friday indeed, man. Looking forward to another not even mock drafts. It's so nice. It's like
a little different.
It's getting spicy tonight. Yeah, I'm stoked. Let's do it. I got a good feeling about this one. I've been jumping back into my underdog degenerate days where I if it's less than like 20 drafts going at once, I
me too.
It. Like let's go get it.
Let's go. I love it. I love to hear it. We're going to be doing a best ball underdog draft, as you guys saw in the thumbnail. This is for Mr. Scott Fish over at the Scott Fish Bowl. We're going to be doing that charity tournament, man. So it's the satellite tournament that we're going to do here. So I'm going to bring up the lobby, and Classic, go ahead and tell them a little more about it.
So tonight we're going to be jumping into the Scott Fish Bowl satellite best ball tournament on Underdog Fantasy. It's a $5 entry. So there's no, in this case, there's no payouts. This is all for charity. All the money will be going towards the charities for Scott Fish. So make sure you guys are donating if you aren't already. The draw for this, though, is that, however, you're going to be, if you're in the top 500 finishers, you will earn an entry into the Scott Fish Bowl 15 next season. So that is what you're looking to do and trying to get in there for next year. So Kendall, go ahead and tell us about the roster settings and scoring and all that fun stuff, because if you don't know it, it's going to be a little tough because someone like myself ended up thinking it was different settings.
You did that one time.
So we are, this is going to be underdog standard best ball scoring. So if you're coming over, if you're a fan of Scott Fish, or if you're coming over specifically because of that, and you're maybe a little bit new to underdog, or think this tournament is different than what it really is, let me help you out. It is standard underdog. So for your starting roster, it's going to be 1 QB, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex, drafting 10 benches, so 18 total rounds. Scoring is a traditional underdog as well. 4-point passing touchdowns, half PPR, pretty standard stuff. Weeks 1 through 14, standard playoffs, 15, 16, and 17, where the big money's at there. And again, it is best ball. So we are drafting a full 18-round roster. The computer is auto setting best lineup to make the best 1 QB, 2 RB, 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 flex roster for you. And that is classic best ball for you. A Classic, why don't you let the folks know who are a little bit new, how does best ball work specifically?
So for those that are new to Underdog or best ball in general, it's fun, simple, easy. You draft your team like you would do here tonight, and it's no season-long commitment. That means no weekly waivers, no trades, and the system will automatically set your optimal lineup for you each week. And that's how you can have several teams each year. I mean, geez, I'm already in 4 or 5 at this moment. that I'm currently drafting in, and I also have a ton more that I'm in behind that. So Underdog runs several large tournaments each season with different stakes from $3, $4, $5. The Poodle, they got the Chihuahua, the puppy drafts. The puppies are huge to their flagship. They got the $25 Best Ball Mania and the which you can get up to $1.5 million. Going to the first place winner and even $500 and $1,000 high stakes buy-ins like the Big Dog and the Mastiff. So make sure you guys are checking them out. Make sure you guys get into those particular tournaments. So also, Ant did this last year. I know he just popped out. Don't worry, he's coming back. He's having some audio problems. So just give him 1 sec. He'll be right back. But basically, he was able to do this last year. Wait, he might be coming back and he can tell you about it. Almost. He's almost there. He's going to get his stuff back and running. No. Oh, no. Can't hear you, brother. God damn.
Oh, man.
Oh,
man.
Oh, wait. And it's all on you, brother. You're going to hear me talking all night. Ruined my whole thing. I had it all. Oh, I was on a roll and you ruined it, man. You ruined.
Well, classic. Well, we got a little bit. So I guess for the let's do a little best ball 102. So we know the 101s are definitely going to be taking a peek and obviously chiming in here. But explain some of the more advanced terminology. What do you like doing? What's hot? Do you draft a little bit differently for tournament versus some of the 12 teams? What are kind of the go-to terminology things people should be looking for?
Sure. So, I mean, right now there are a few that we can, there are robust RB, hero RB, zero RB.
Am I good now?
Now you're good. There you
All
are.
right, man. Come on. This is crazy. It's like we got amateur hour going on over here, man. I apologize to everybody out there, man. Let's get this thing going, man. What up, Gator? Gator will come and jump in here with us, man. How's it going? Where were you guys at? Were you guys just rambling about a bunch of other stuff, just trying to fill time? Are we ready to jump in this thing or what?
Yeah, I'm ready to jump.
Oh man. All right. I apologize. Let's get this draft started.
About your finish last year and
oh, that was good. Appreciate that shout out.
Tell chat to get ready, man.
All right, let's go, man. All right. So if you guys want to get in this, we're gonna count it down like we do. Again, apologize for the little technical difficulties there, but we'll get to this page here. So make sure you guys are here. If you're on your phone, get ready to enter. We'll count it down from 3, 2, 1, and we'll get this thing going. So if you guys are ready, I hope you told them to use that promo code GetRight. We'll count it down here now. So we'll go in 3, 2, 1, click. Oh, and of course mine says it. I'm the one who's not going to get in. Oh,
should we kick back out?
You're good. No, you're good. There's 3.
I'm 3, 2.
2. No, there's 2 left.
Oh, here we go. Can I get in here?
Now there's 3 left.
Why am I don't have location on? Oh man.
There's 3 spots. You're still good from what I can see.
I'm trying not to panic. We'll just get in there.
3 spots. Now there's 2.
All right. Let's get in here.
Maybe are you in there twice?
That would be cool.
Oh, there's only 1 left.
Oh,
there's only 1 left.
Be there.
There it is.
I think it's me.
1 person left. You're showing 1. We're there.
No, we
all
still
right.
need
So
1.
I couldn't freak out. I just had to chill.
Right.
Had to regroup there, and we'll get in there, man.
No,
so did you guys tell them what the Scott Fish is and what we're all doing here while we have a second? We wait for this last person. Go right ahead.
Yeah, we did all that. No, we did all that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, you guys ran through everything, huh? In like 30 seconds.
You mean Scott Fish in general?
Yeah, man. What is Scott Fish Bowl and all that good stuff?
Probably the world's most famous fantasy football tournament with nearly every analyst in fantasy football, actors, athletes, musicians, celebrities, thousands of fans in fantasy football playing in the spirit of charity and doing good. I mean, I can tell you in my NYC live draft, I got guys like Scott Engel who are going to be there, one of the top guys out there. We got Rick Wolf and Rich Carr. Wow, I always get them wrong. Rich and Wolf, they're going to be out there as well. You know, guys like Sal Leto, who's going to be doing the podcast tomorrow. So, guys, check out the Podathon tomorrow. Well, I know you're in, Gator J. I mean,
Gator says he's in.
I know he's in, but he's not in. He's not in NYC Live. That, you know, I was going through the guys that I'm going to be seeing at NYC. I mean, I got guys like JB Barry. He's going to be out there as well. I got Nathan, who's going to be out there. We got a few other guys. Ryan Reese from Club Fantasy. I mean, he'll be there, which is going to be great. I met him last year. I'm actually in a league with him this year, so it's going to be an interesting time. Excited for that in the Blade division. But yeah, no, JB is a stud, man. JB is my boy, man. I love him. He lives like 10 minutes, or he lives about a half hour away from me, so me and him get along great. But yeah, I'm excited for things like that. But of course, like I said, this is all for charity. So make sure you guys are going out there, go to fantasycares.org. Make sure you guys are, they have the merchandise that you can buy, all the shirts. I mean, I'm wearing one right now, the one that I won. This is the one that I won, my good old Mighty Ducks one. I'm excited. I got this one in one of their races, or actually, no, I won that in one of their the pinwheel things, man. And honestly, make sure you guys are going and checking out Fantasy Cares on YouTube. They do stuff almost every day, and they've been doing it more as we go. Like, I think Scott did like 3 shows in a matter of like the day.
They're just giving tickets out to everyone today.
Oh, yeah. So just make sure you guys are checking it out. Keep your notifications on. Tomorrow during the Podathon, they're probably going to give stuff away. It's 36 hours of Saletta, and he's going to be exhausted because he's currently at SmackDown. So make sure you guys are checking that out tomorrow. It's all day long. Well, no, technically, okay. So Wilson's half right. So I did win the Blockbuster shirt, but apparently I won that shirt last year and they didn't send it to me. So they gave me that one and then this one. But the draft just started. We got, look at this.
Baby.
We got Gator in there too. Oh,
let's go.
Sniping
me, Snipe City right next to me, Gator. I see how it is.
We got Kendall in the 1, Rasta in the 2, Gator J in the 3, and I'm all the way down at the 10. Screw all you guys.
No, Kendall's at the 8.
Yeah, no, I'm actually at the 8.
Oh, my bad.
It's close.
My bad.
Yeah, it does kind of. Yeah, I can see how you could see that. I thought it too right away. I was like, wait a minute.
Dude.
He was like, oh, really? 1? There we go. All right, so let's get this draft board going. We'll get you guys the good view, like we always do. What we're kind of used to here, sleeper heads, so to speak. So
we definitely need that view.
Yeah, get this going here. 102 is going to be nice for me. So pretty easy CMC or, CD Lamb here, I think. So we'll see.
Is it pretty clear CD for you, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just because it's best ball, you kind of have to. I feel like.
Okay.
I mean, you could, if you have like a real good feeling that Tyreek Hill can go that way, but I mean, I think he deserves it. I mean, in all reality, I really hope. Obviously, you heard me say CMC first. From this spot, I do like just kind of getting McCaffrey out of the way, and there we go. So then now I'm probably not taking running back until like round 8. If I can get like that Lamar, Mark Andrews stack, coming around that 4-5 turn. Those are kind of some of the things I might be looking to do here. And again, this is for charity, so I don't mind spilling my strategy guts in this one.
No, I haven't seen CeeDee Lamb go first in any of these.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that happens a lot. That's why I was hoping. I was like, I really hope he just goes CD. The reason being is because the running backs that are available on that 2-3 turn are a little easier to go for versus the wide receivers there. If you do kind of start out CMC, but I mean, I'm going to be in a similar position. So I'm just interested to see how it falls, but I do prefer that anchor just RB with Christian McCaffrey at the helm, and I can just load up on wide receivers there. So
yeah, definitely agree with that.
But I don't like having Gator right next to me here.
We're both going
So
here.
Kendall goes Brees. So you're kind of going to go similar build with me with that anchor RB there, Kendall.
Yeah.
You've
I'm
been-
liking
you've been known to do
hero
that.
RB a
Yeah.
lot this year. My list of RBs that I want to draft this year is still pretty small, and I feel like the wide receiver pool is has such a cliff that I want to get my running back early so I don't have to take $1 billion of them.
Yeah, that's how I'm
Yeah,
feeling too.
I'm like
They're-
that too.
Or at least like this year, it feels like the top three.
Okay,
you
good.
know, like there's no bust potential. I feel like every year there's like a little bit of like who wants to have the spicy take that like. First, it was fade CMC, right? Because he's injury prone or that type of thing. It's
I
like
was never on that train. That's classic.
between Bijan, Brees, and Gibbs, like they're such foolproof. Like
Yeah, you were.
it's been a while since it's been. I'll take any of the three, and there's such locks to be top fives. It's kind of insane.
This fell exactly the way I wanted it to.
Yeah.
Ooh, setting up that Cousins stack potentially later.
Oh, much later. But no,
Yeah.
it fell because what I've been looking to get a lot is Gibbs and London. Those two I like just pairing together. Honestly, I just have a good feeling about these offenses. I've been saying it all offseason, going with the Falcons, Detroit, and the Texans. If I can get any bit of those guys, I'm happy. So
Ooh, I might have a chance to go hyper. Oh, he took JT. If he didn't take JT, this I almost never go open 2 RB. I was thinking about doing a super hyper fragile. We're just drafting 4 tops. That's it. We might even limit. Yeah.
Damn, Gator.
That was close.
I gotta catch up, man.
All right,
I got 5. I thought I thought I was the cool kid when they announced it, and I had 5 already. Like right.
Yeah, he was already drafted it before he realized that it was regular best ball. He thought it was Scott Fishbowl settings, or at least super flex. He drafted what? You took Josh Allen 101, right? Twice.
Josh Allen twice.
Oh man.
But it worked out. A lot of those teams ended up working out. Like they're still, I'm still drafting them, but they actually worked out pretty well. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So you went Devontae Adams there, Kendall. Who did you go with? Close. Oh yeah, you got London, right? So then I'm coming up here. Got Gator on the clock right now. I can't even be looking at.
Running up.
Can't even be looking at that right now. Collins or Waddle? Who you taking, Gator? He's probably gonna go Waddle. He likes that Miami stack. Did I talk him into it?
Oh boy.
There we go.
Boy, Nico.
You know what? I'm gonna kind of. I think Devonta Smith might be my guy this year.
You do you, bro.
I've found myself sending out a ton of offers for Devonta Smith right now.
Hey, I don't mind that.
I've gotten rejected on a lot of them because I'm trying to, of course, buy them low, but I might eventually push all the chips in and see what I can do. So
I mean, based on ADP, you kind of grabbed him a little bit, and he's slowly falling a little bit in market index. But
yeah, that's why I said I'm kind of reaching there for that.
Yeah.
That's my hero. And again, it's for charity, so I'm gonna give it a shot.
But honestly, it's not
DK right here.
It's not crazy though, because he's been going up a little bit. Like he's been going up since May, and he really has. Like now he's at his peak, but he's at looks like 3.1 is his ADP.
Okay,
so
not too far off. I mean,
no, you're not. No, you could have probably let him go, and you could have grabbed, anybody else, and he could have probably fell to you at, where DK
maybe
was.
I could have went like Waddle Smith instead of Smith Metcalf.
Yeah.
And I do like DJ Moore too, but I have a lot of shares of Moore already.
Yeah.
So I kind of I haven't really got too much DK.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of more. I try to get him here and there, but I don't have a ton of him. I need to start adding more of him. I know Kendall's I wouldn't say high on him, but definitely likes him.
Ooh, yeah. Tank Dell, I wish you'd come back to me, buddy.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping he dropped to this round. That's what I was looking for too.
Oh, okay.
It's like lightning in a bottle.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Damn, Allen's kind of fallen to a nice price here. That gives me a really nice week 17. Oh man, Brees catching the passes on the way back. Okay, let's do something crazy. Yeah. I guess I'll try to go all in on a Buffalo.
It makes sense,
Brees. Let's see if I can go Josh Allen, like Coleman, or I could maybe backdoor a Curtis Samuel And then I just need Brees to catch about 20 passes in the fourth quarter on the way back. That's how we win this build. All right.
Are you're Samuel over Shakir?
Yeah, I think for best ball, yeah, I think Shakir is not he's not exactly the big play crazy guy that I think like a Rashid Shaheed is going to be, that type of situation. I like Curtis Samuel. I just think he can be. I like gadgety guys in best ball and that type of thing because I'm only playing them for the super high upside. I want some shares of both, but I'm just not as sold on Shakir. I do like his hands. He had such a low. He had one of the better catch rates in the entire NFL, and he had plenty of targets, so I don't mind him.
So Gator's asking us thoughts on the Houston wide receiver room. Honestly, my thoughts, it's going to be a fun room to watch. I can't wait for this group of guys. I am high on Nico Collins, have been since last year. Tank Dell coming back from injury. He should be fine. I'm not really too worried about Tank coming back. He should be, I think they're going to try to move him in, but I think they're going to maybe put Diggs in that slot spot and use him a little bit more. But they Texans were one of the highest 11 personnel teams last season. So it should be fun to see what they do here. They got a lot of good, talented players in that all over the place, even underneath the, after Diggs and Dell and Collins, they still have guys like John Mechie and Xavier Hutchinson, and they also got some decent tight ends too with Bevan
Sitting
Jordan.
on my taxi squads and several dynasty.
Oh, me too.
Both of those names.
Oh, both of them. Yeah. And I mean, then you got Bevan Jordan and you got Dalton Schultz. Like, they have so many weapons that they can utilize on top of Joe Mixon as their running back. And, they have a really good, solid team. They built their lineup. Their defense looks insane next year. I love what they've done with their defensive line and their linebacking core. So they're going to be a team to really, they're going to try to go to the distance. I like them a lot. I'm really excited to see what the Texans do this year.
What about you, Kendall? How do you feel about Houston wide receiver room?
I mean, completely agree. I think it's going to be fantastic. I am actually, in terms of like betting, is it going to be one of those? Are all three of them going to have 1,000 yards? I don't think so. I think they're all going to have really efficient games. I think actually all three of the main wide receivers are probably going to have decent touchdown totals. Schultz for me probably is the one that gets caught out a little bit more. I think I'm kind of fading on Schultz a little bit. It's just there's too many mouths to feed, too many good mouths to feed. I think like Dell, I think is going to have less yards than he had before, probably less yards and catches, but I like him for a higher touchdown total, some gadgety stuff, doing a little Jaden Reed situation. And then I think Diggs and Nico are going to do the a little more of the down the field heavy lifting type of stuff. So we'll see. I think I do think to some extent Diggs and Nico are going to eat into each other a little bit, and Dell is mostly still just going to be like kind of that weird gadgety Tyler Lockett type of player where if it's schemed up for him, I think he's going to have a high targets per route run. When he's on the field, I think he gets targeted. I do think he fades out in two wide receiver sets where I don't think he would already be a target at that point. So that's my general take. Long-term dynasty take, though, I do think I like Dell over Nico. It's kind of my spicy take. I like Nico. Okay. I just like Dell a little bit more in dynasty. And I think Diggs is I'm just not a huge fan. I think he's going to have some issues.
I just can't get over Dell's age.
Yeah, he's old for a little
older for being a second-year rookie. It's like
I got sniped on
Kincaid,
a little weird. So I mean, that's I didn't want to have to do the cook.
So angry.
That was tough. That was
angry.
Tough. That's tough.
I'll survive.
Oh, so I got my Lamar Andrew stack. If you guys, I don't know if you guys noticed.
Oh, you got that?
I kind of called literally from the beginning. I've been doing too much of this. That's how you could tell you're already like just in tune with ADP. Like you know your draft spot, and you're like, all right, this is happening. Called my shot.
I just know who I like to. I know like the types of builds I like to do, and so I already have like a strategy in my head that I do every time. So,
well said, Victorious. Well said.
Yeah.
Says he has Tank Dell in his dynasty, so obviously he's the wide receiver one. So that's how Victoria says.
I mean, correct me if I'm right. He took Kyle Pitts over Mark Andrews just to hook you up. I think you got a little gift there.
I was going to come back to that. Yeah, I was like, and I survived the guy doing bully tight E. I was literally going to give him a shout out, like it's a charity league.
Oh wow!
I don't know if he's watching with us, but he literally went bully tight end and reached over Andrews and grabbed Pitts for
if
me.
this wasn't
Yeah,
a
you
charity
lucked
tournament,
out.
you're not
Yeah.
getting that. He's being nice to you there for
Right?
sure. That's why I can't get
shout
the stack.
out.
Whenever I'm doing I'm scared to go that stack in like Best Ball Mania because I'm just so afraid that
Everyone
at that turn
has it.
situation, we're gonna like the guy's just gonna vulture you just to take you out of play and you're gonna cannibalize each other a little bit. That's a spicy one.
For sure.
What's your favorite type of build for these when you guys do them? Do you like doing like 266 or sorry, 277?
We talked about this last time.
Yeah, I worked all day, so I didn't listen to it. But like, what's your favorite? Like, what's something that you guys enjoy doing? Most often. Do you like having a balanced team? Do you like going crazy like 8 wide receivers? Like, what do you guys like?
Rasta, you just made your pick, so I guess I'll jump in here real quick.
Yeah,
I have been like based on the
Nice.
I do like a lot of the quarterbacks. I like different builds of both. I'm trying to even my ratios between if I can get some of my QB targets at a decent ADP, I'm clearly taking them. But I'm trying to anytime I have to reach a little bit, that's when I'm trying to set up more of the later quarterbacks where I'm drafting 3 of them, where I might grab like like a Herbert or a Trevor as kind of like my one, and then I'm going to take some dart throws. Usually, if I'm doing kind of that 3 QB build, I'm really liking the upside of grabbing like a Drake May super late, and then grabbing Jaden Daniels has kind of been my linchpin for if I'm grabbing him, I'm going 3 QB and I'm grabbing 3 late ones. But I do think that strategy is really viable this year in particular. But I'm also nuts on Anthony Richardson. And so
yeah,
if I can get Richardson, Allen at ADP, usually those 2 guys, or Patrick, I'm doing a lot of Patrick Mahomes at ADP, just because either wide receivers are so good to stack for where they're going right now, in my opinion. So if I do that, I'm going 2 QBs for sure, and then going crazy on the wide receivers. My favorite build is probably like the hyper fragile hero RB build. And then I'll parlay that and go a little bit fragile at the QB, probably go early QB on that as well. Kind of like the build I'm doing now. And I'm probably going deep at wide receiver and adding, at least getting to 8, probably 9. I way prefer the 2 tight end hero tight end versus the multiple tight ends. I think that's what I'm fading is the late tight ends this year in particular. What about you, Rasta?
Yeah. So for me, I like to do, again, just depending on how the draft falls, I'm either, 2 or 3 quarterbacks, again, depending on who I get and what stacks I can, pull together. Usually about 5 to 6 running backs with that hero RB build. Try to hit about 7 or 8 wide receivers, just depending on how many I'm able to, spend early. And then, if I have, and I kind of said it before, if I have 3 quarterbacks, then I'm only going 2 tight ends, and if I have 3 tight ends, then I'm only going to two quarterbacks. So I try to make my builds build around that way. I try not to go with the 3-3 maneuver, if at all possible. So I'm either spin and then to me, when you have that kind of mindset, it forces you to at least try to go either after an elite quarterback or an elite tight end. To give you that, ability. And then if you do kind of reach like I have to do now, I'm going to obviously sacrifice here at the running back position because I do want to get my 5th receiver in before the 8th round, at least. The numbers show that the advancement rates, if you're getting that 5th wide receiver, within the first 8 rounds, gives you kind of the most success to advance, towards the semifinals and finals. And if I, in this situation going, elite quarterback, elite tight end with that Lamar Andrews stack, it kind of gives me some flexibility there. So I kind of like, doing that, but it kind of forces my hand to go wide receiver here, which is sort of going to give me, I'm going to have to probably hit that 6 running back mark to make up for it late.
Yeah, the 0 RB is always the popular subject of choice. Like some years people love it, some years people hate it, some years, even if I think it might objectively be bad, everyone's into it. Where do you fall this year on, the infamous 0 RB build? Yeah, do you, and overall, I guess I'll jump in with, I think this year it's more like player dictated. There's some particular players where if the draft just comes to me, it's like, all right, I feel so good about this pick. I guess I think here's kind of the direction my draft is going to go, and I'll feel great about it, where I don't have to force it too much. But zero RB has been kind of an interesting one. We all went hero RB, so I'd be curious if any of you really are either of you really into zero RB this year. If the draft falls a certain way, why or why
The
not?
quick answer, the quick answer is no. And the big thing for me, and I think what a lot of people are noticing, is the context that there were 25 changes at the running back position this year. And the ones that you see that are being drafted at the highest level that everyone seems to be grabbing are the ones that know what's going on. You know, like when you're grabbing CMC and Bijan and Brees Hall, Jonathan Taylor, I mean, Gibbs, I understand he has Monty, but you know, you're drafting all those other guys at the top. You know what they've been doing because they've been a part of their team for quite some time. Everybody else at one point is kind of changing up teams. They're not sure. Everybody's like in between on it. I understand injuries are inevitable. I understand things happen. We can't predict those things. But at the end of the day, I rather load up on guys that I know that can, you know, I have an opportunity to do well with. But it does limit things. But wide receiver is so deep in these things that you can pretty much find what you're looking for later on with those particular picks. At least that's what I've been finding. But, you know, what about you, Rasta?
Make my pick real quick, and then I will.
I
get to
tried
that zero
timing
RB
it.
take.
I tried
Yeah.
timing that exactly until you were gonna pick.
I was gonna go quick, so I'll just kind of talk through it right here. Then at least just to have some content out there. I'm trying to decide between Warren or Connor. I kind of got my fifth wide receiver there. I better actually make a choice because I have somebody else queued up ahead of him. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go Warren right here just to give me a little upside potentially there. So as far as my zero RB take, I think the problem with maybe zero RB kind of this year, so to speak, is, and I think you guys, I was of course, you know, researching my pick, but I picked up some of what you guys are saying as far as, you know, I know Kendall says there's only a handful of guys he's, you know, completely comfortable with at the running back position. So the problem is everyone's going zero RB. So when zero RB was the zag to everybody else's zig, you know, that's when it kind of worked. So I think now, and again, that's why I went CMC first round. You saw Kendall go with, you know, Brees. If you can get one of those like last, you know, standing, you know, anchor RBs like that, I think you have to build that way and go hero RB versus, you know, passing up on that, you know, potential running back and going, you know, wide receiver again, unless you're getting one of those like top 3, you know, kind of wide receivers. But again, I still have CMC, you know, well above that. Again, with that positional scarcity and knowing what's available in these later rounds right now. So that's kind of my take. So I think it loses a little bit of its luster. And I think we may see the trends kind of, you know, see that hopefully, you know, lean towards that hero RB build a little bit, you know, this year. Because there is that dead zone comes up way late and basically you hit that wide receiver dead zone now instead of that running back dead zone. If that kind of makes any sense.
No, you're definitely right because I'm seeing it now.
Yeah,
like
and that's why I'm good. You guys are all going after wide receivers, and I'm already going after running backs, and I already have my elite onesies out of the way.
Yeah,
so I'm ready to roll.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point. Like I'm starting to see that a little bit more where there's that wide receiver dead zone that you're talking about. Because I tend to go a little bit more running back heavy compared to a lot of others that go wide receiver heavy like you do. But then it leaves me in an island where I'm looking and trying to pick through the garbage of the wide receivers to try to find what would work best and try to maybe this is where I find my boom. You know what I mean? Because I'm there. You guys know me. I'm not a big boom bust guy. I prefer going for the steady Eddie guys that like, you know, that they're productive. They do what they do their job. Like I know that I can invest and they're going to do their job. So now it's a little bit different. Now it's gone to almost nothing. Like Palmer was my one guy I thought that would come back to me, and he's not even back. Now I have.
Oh, you just got sniped for him too. He literally just went right ahead of you.
He did. And that's my thing. Now I got to reach. Now I got to look around and find something that, you know, could work better for me later on. And, you know, I'm picking 2 commanders at the same time. Like, You know, it's.
I probably would have went 80 Mitchell there, honestly.
Yeah,
over
I
Dotson.
thought about it, but I didn't want to go with Mitchell just yet. I'm not sold 100% yet. I know a few of you guys are. I'm not there. I'm still dipping my toe in.
It's the unknown that intrigues me.
Yeah. No, I know. It always intrigues
with
me.
that cannon of A-Rich.
But the problem is
what he could potentially do. Yeah.
The problem is for you, man. Those are the guys you are now avoiding because now you need to go for your running back group. So you know, and then you're picking.
Don't do it to me, Gator. Don't do it to me right here, Gator.
He's definitely going to do it. He's going to pick your guy.
Hope not.
He's going to pick Blake Corum. Go for it.
No.
Yes, he will. I know you want Gus Edwards. It's fine.
No, I'm not going. Ooh,
I have
Gator
no idea
has me on the edge of my seat right now. I can't even talk.
Yeah.
Oh, see, there he goes. He
was
okay, good. I was happy to see that quarterback.
Dude, I like his team. I like his team a lot. Yeah, he's got Tyreek, so that completes his stack. I actually like his team a lot right now. Tua and A-Rich, that's really sexy for me. I just think he basically went 0 RB, but Kamara, Najee, and Connor. That's
it's a nice solid backfield right there.
Think.
And half PPR, that's a pretty nice backfield. Yeah. I do love Kamara. Don't get me wrong. I love Kamara, but I like him this year in redraft or in best ball.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of Kamara this year, but like there's no doubt, like I think he at least returns value. I don't think there's like
check down king with Derek Carr. Yeah. I mean, this guy used to be a first round pick, so to get him where you're getting him now.
His range of outcomes for a 7th round back is not terrible. Like you could say David Montgomery is a safer version of Alvin Kamara with less upside. I'm looking at like, would I go Kamara versus Monty or Brooks when it comes to a tournament format? So that's where I'm like, I'm not sure I would always go Kamara there every time, but I like that he does have some elite upside. If Kendrick Miller is just nothing, and they have to do, if they have to give him the same workload that say ETN got, just because they didn't like their other options, I think he can have that whole offense could have a bit of a bounce back this year just because they were so bad.
Well, yeah. I mean, they were showing, you could see that his production went down last year and it just wasn't where it was supposed to be. And Kendrick Miller had an opportunity, in one game and then got hurt, and then he didn't have the opportunity to come back. And they are trying to get him a little bit more involved. So it can definitely eat into Kamara a little bit more, but they don't have anybody really that's scary there that makes you, think, to take cover, take guys out of the box or anything like that. Carr's a viable quarterback that can pass the ball very accurately, in my opinion. I think he's one of the better real life quarterbacks. He's not a good fantasy quarterback, but he's a real life quarterback. He's actually pretty solid. And that's why guys like Chris Olave can have a really good year, but he doesn't really have anybody opposite him to really help take off coverage. So it's going to be interesting to see how they work things out.
Shoot, what do I want to do here? That's the first pick I hate. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Mike, I got like 8 people in my queue right now. I'm loving this part of the draft.
This is my first share of this player. It's my very first share.
Ooh, I like one of these kind of picks.
I think I'm gonna take a Gus Bus here.
Hey,
nice. Good
Let's
pick.
go. I'll take J.K. Dobbins like 7 rounds later.
Yeah, I'm literally thinking about like
I have a
actually
couple
double
shares of
tapping
JK.
with either J.K. or Kamani Vidal or something along those lines.
Oh, see, and I'm glad. I'm actually glad that Sprink took the guy that I was looking at because I wanted to pivot right here anyway, so it kind of worked out. It definitely made me pivot one way or another, but I was ready to pivot because I was like, you know what? Let me try this. And okay, that worked out. Thank you for making it easier for me.
Man, now that I look, I hate that Gus Bus pick.
Right,
that's the first pick. And last pick I'm gonna make. Well, I just looked. I'm thinking like if I'm gonna go hyper fragile with my build, and I think I'm going to, or pretty close to hyper fragile. I kind of like the upside of like a Roshan or a Tyrone Tracy or something like that. It's either I with the Gus Bus, I think I'm just done at running back, but I'm gonna want to take one later.
Bro, I love that pick. I try to grab
Yeah.
him everywhere I can. He's one of those guys. Like, he would have been the perfect guy for Ants build because he is gonna be one of
Never
those
gonna
guys.
happen.
No,
Sorry.
he's never gonna take him.
He could be a
But-
sneaky like 250 touch guy though. Like he
Yeah.
could be
the
an absolute
guy-
workhorse in that offense potentially.
100%. 110%.
Like, you know
The
what I was
guy
comparing him
is-
to? In my head, I was legitimately thinking that this year, like the Gus Bus could be like a predictably like he's basically Kenneth Walker light
Yeah.
this year, but you're getting him
I guess I
so
can
much
see that.
later.
Well, if you really think about it, think about what he did in that offense last season. Now, I understand Greg Roman wasn't there last year, but even before that, he was a touchdown vulture type guy. He scored 13 touchdowns last season. He's still a viable dude. You know, like they're still using him at the goal line. This particular offense likes to run the ball. Not saying that it's going to be, one of those, they're going to run it 50 times a game, but they're going to run it pretty often, and it's going to set up the play action. So for me, I'm pretty happy with guys like Gus, even J.K. Dobbins. I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with him. I'm scared to death if I own
loved
him.
J.K. last year before
But
I got hurt again.
I was all excited, and like I got him for nothing. And like in my dynasty league, he my salary cap dynasty league, he was dropped, and I'm like, done. Got him for $1. Like, I got him for nothing essentially, and he's just sitting there waiting. And I'm like, I'm excited to see what this guy does on the Chargers this year.
Ricky. Sorry.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
like
God, you had to take your homer pick.
I had to. Oh, I got kind of something going on here. It's a little correlation going on
I got it.
with
You want to go
McCaffrey.
with- Nah, I get it.
Dude, I like
Well, I hope so.
Slick Rick a lot this
Oh,
year. He
yeah.
could be sneaky. There's the fact that like
Especially if
Debo could
Ayuk
go
goes,
down
come
with an
on.
injury and Ayuk could be traded. Like there's a
Right?
scenario where he's literally just like
All right,
That's
I've-
the story you got to tell
I have a
yourself.
question. I have a question for you guys.
Don't have Debo go down though. Not for long.
Do
Like a week or
you-
two. Okay.
Where
Let's
do
not
you
get crazy.
guys-
Let's not get
Where do you guys think, if there's anywhere possible that Ayuk goes?
scroll down board, Rasta, if you can. They can't see current
Oh yeah, good call. I was doing fairly well on that for a while, and
No,
then
you're doing fine.
got totally sucked up in there as everyone's emptying from my my queue here.
But where do you guys think that Ayuk could go? Like, honestly, my first thought is the Commanders. The amount
Yep.
he talks about the playing with Jaden Daniels and all that stuff, like, I have this odd feeling he could go there, even though, like, I think that he'll be a better fit in like Buffalo. But I have an odd feeling that it would be like the Commanders. Like, can you guys see that? Is that a little
I'm like victorious, man. I can't see nothing right now.
I
I don't see that.
I can see
I don't
it from
see
a team
that
fit
classic. I can't see anything like
standpoint.
that happening.
Okay.
I can see it from a team
So
team
sad,
fit
man.
standpoint.
I
I
hate
don't
the
know if
business
I don't
side.
know if it can just be like added straight to a team. I think there's got to be some type of a trade.
Well, no, of course, there's going to be, compensation, so on and so forth. My point is like, would you,
Hater.
would they do something like, oh no, please don't say Tampa.
Gosh.
Tampa would be the best and worst place for him to go. My thought would be something like Terry McLaurin for Ayuk and like a pick or something like, or like picks in between.
No, it's
to,
not
like,
going to be
mix it
Terry,
up.
man. It's going to be Dotson. So obviously, I
not?
listen to I listen to a lot of beat writer 49er stuff naturally, right? Niners fan. So
Naturally.
try to have the ear to the ground. A
As
lot of the
you should.
guys that are part of the team, they've been floating that Dotson and like two of our defensive guys. Oh wow, he sniped Robinson from you there, huh? And
Waiting for him.
some defensive guys for Ayuk
Okay.
and two of our other defensive guys. So it's kind of like we get the downgrade from Ayuk to Dotson, and but we get the upgrade on the defensive line.
Interesting.
And it really makes sense. The numbers work out, and obviously it's probably not going to happen. But
No, but
it really makes sense. It's very logistic. It kind of checks all the boxes.
Okay.
You know, because Kyle always wants those defensive linemen. Like that's what we're all about. And it sucks that I forgot which ones they were.
You mean
I
like
forgot.
Payne? Payne
Who
would make
was
the
it?
most sense.
Yes, I think it was Payne. I think Payne was one
Payne
of them.
Payne is the guy that would make the most sense for that. Team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they already got rid of Young, or Young went there already. So they definitely have connections one way or another.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously Shanahan has the connection to Washington.
Well, too,
so that's
But I'm saying though, well, Payne there when he was there?
Man.
He might
Classic Mike. What do you need Bateman for? That doesn't even make sense for your build. And you reached like 10 picks on him. You got to explain to yourself, please. This is for charity.
Just because I know that you wanted him.
That was my next pick. Like I did not expect him to go off I was already reaching for him. His ADP was like what, like 165?
I like him.
Gosh.
Hey, I got Sniper Robinson and I had to pivot, and that's where I pivoted.
Gosh, man. That's incredible.
Hey, man.
Oh, I'm all kinds of upset now.
Hey.
Well,
part of the deal. You got to live with it.
Damn, bro. I can't believe you just did that to me like that. Okay, I see you over there, Gator, with little Pop Douglas.
Anyway,
I'm not going no running backs, man. I know, I love that. I have a lot of shares of Pop there. I have like a nice, fun build that I have with Brissett and May in a super flex build because I waited so long on my second. So it's like someone Baker and like, and then I just went like Pop and Brissett and May because I really had like nothing else going on. I'm going Gino to complete my stack. I have DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett.
Gino's really sneaky cheap this year. Remember last year he was going like 10, 11, I think, right around there.
But he's very cheap.
Oh man, what? This Knighter, he goes another 2 tight ends. This time he got Likely.
Well, he let you have
took my boy.
He's like you
took my boy Conklin. That's the one I'm more upset about. He reached all crazy for him.
Dude, he's called shotting you, man. He said, "I'll let Andrews fall to you, and then grab Likely later on, man." He's
I can't believe he did that.
I'm still upset about in our dynasty startup that we did.
All right, let's go on.
Still upset about Tyler Conklin getting picked.
Oh, because I got you like that, and I traded ahead of you and went and got him. I went and got my guy, Classic. That's what you got to do. You got to go get your guy. I knew he wasn't going to make it back.
No.
And everyone thought I wasn't going to get any tight ends in that league too, and then just boom, hit that trade, double tap tight end on the corner. That was perfect. I was like, oh, I made my team come together. Like that.
It did.
I was done drafting though, like four. I don't know how long ago. Oh, look at me finally getting Gator one time.
There you go. I like that. I was waiting.
Build? What's he going?
Honestly,
I mean, I know he's a Tampa Bay guy, but
I had Otten queued up my thing. I was going to take him last round.
Of course you did. See, if you would have gave me Bateman, you could have had Otten because I was going to go Bateman and Gino right there. I had Bateman and Gino queued since like I don't know. As soon as I took Andrews, and after Lockett. After I took Lockett, I queued up Bateman and Andrews for that turn, and then you just went and ruined everything on me, Classic.
Gosh. I'm here for. I'm here to ruin your.
You're here all night. You're here.
I'm here to ruin your draft.
And that you did, my friend. That you did.
Yeah.
All right, where am I at? So I'm sitting at 2-4-7-2.
He is my one guy that I'm aiming for everywhere in these best ball drafts. I go for Kate Nodden on so many, even dynasty startups and stuff. I try to aim for him every time. Missed him in the 2 startups that I did, but I like him a lot. This is another guy that I'm going to pick right here that I'm surprised people don't or haven't been picking, and he's falling. He should only go up. Noah Fant.
Kendall's been he's been on that pick right now recently. Yeah.
I heard him.
Oh, see, you got a fan.
It's taken a while to break out.
He's been jumping.
He got paid.
Yeah.
Freak athlete. High draft capital.
Yeah.
He's never been bad on the field. He's had some low, targets per route run and things of that nature. Low ADOT. They had a million other tight ends that were also very competent. I mean, he's had everything against him. I don't see the major breakout happening, but I do think he's like the slightly cheaper version of Conklin, right? We love Conklin,
for sure.
And I think Noah Fant is very much in that category. with the same, like, even if he doesn't have a high target share, he's still a great red zone weapon in a red zone that he really should have nobody on him. And I think he's gonna eat. I would definitely put his over under on touchdowns at like 6 or 7. He's gonna have
Fair
a
enough.
decent amount of touchdowns.
No, that's fair. I definitely can see it. I really do. I really do like his range of outcomes this year. He definitely has a lot of. He's just really good. I really like him. I forgot who's the OC there again that came in. He's
Came
from
Washington, right?
Washington, right? No, but they're in
They're gonna
Washington.
open
What
it
do
up
you-
a little more.
What you mean the commander? He was from the Commanders.
No, college, right?
Oh, you mean the OC from there.
Offensive coordinator. Oh, the you're talking about the head coach?
Or him too.
Seattle?
Where one of the two guys is tight end have loves getting it out to the tight end a lot. Who is it? I'm trying to remember.
So head coach is Mike McDonald, and he's more defense kind of.
He's more defensive, yeah.
But their OC they got was from Washington, which was more like a spread offense, and
yeah,
that's why I really like JSN.
Well, yeah, a lot of people like JSN this year. We had Jim Coventry on, and he was a huge fan.
He was saying that too. Yeah. I've been all over JSN.
I feel like I have been a super in on JSN, super out, back to being super in. I've changed my mind on him. Like, depending on where he goes in ADP is where I'm at with him. I in one of me and Phil's leagues, Phil Ruskin of the Extra Point, check him out.
Shout out to Phil. Happy birthday to his daughter, man. Happy birthday.
Aww, happy birthday, Kaya. And I've traded away 4 and then away JSN. I've made 3 separate transactions with him.
Oh wow!
And I've considered, I think, buying him back at this point again, making it 4. We'll see. I really like him in Dynasty. I mean, I think he's underrated with just how young he is.
Okay.
Came in so young. So he's still got time. Even if he doesn't, he's like Kyle Pitts. It's like, give it time. Oh, Rasta, we timing out? Oh,
no, I had a
that was
queue.
you had a queue for sure. Yeah.
I was just trying to really decide there.
The computer one always looks like it's timing out, and it's not. It's like it gives you 18 seconds instead of 30, which is the weirdest thing in the world. I don't understand that. So,
interesting.
Yeah, it's been very weird. I haven't drafted on the computer in quite some time. I usually draft on the phone a lot, so this is odd. But Underdog, you got to get your stuff together and make it so that you can actually see the bye weeks on the mobile app.
Oh, that's why I like drafting on the desktop a little more this year.
I mean, because they must have fixed it on here, but they didn't fix it on that. It's getting a little annoying that I have to keep bringing up bye week charts to try to figure out where everybody is, so I can
Let's do this. You know what? This is a sneaky pick too. He's kind of starting to rise.
He's slowly rising.
That's just some correlation. That's just for
He's not coming back
season.
though. He's not coming back until
hurt, whatever.
Late November.
The pick I'm thinking of, I don't even think he goes drafted, but sneaky little pick, and I just took him actually in our Dynasty Scott Fishbowl. Shout out to our boy Craig Schmucker over there. Going to be coming on with us here in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Over from TBQ, right? TBQ Sports. I apologize if I messed that up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's where he's from. And he'll be joining us in a couple weeks here, but he has a little dynasty league that we all actually were lucky enough to be a part of. And it's a really cool concept because it's a dynasty league, but the scoring settings change every year to mirror the Scott Fishbowl settings and rosters. So shout out to him. It is a charity league as well. We're all in it.
5 different.
Yeah, there's kind of 5 different divisions this year. So if you guys are interested, hit us up, man. Hit up Mr. Schmucker over there. He'll tell you more about it.
He'll create another one just for you guys. Yeah,
for sure. So I don't even know where I was going with that, but basically, that's what it was. The guy I just picked in that league, Trace Herman. Back up to JT. If he goes down, he's literally basically free. I probably could, I mean, obviously, I'm waiting here for my 18th round. He's going to be my last pick unless somebody reaches down because I said this and goes and tries to get him. But really, there's nobody else there. They traded Zach Moss. We saw what happened with Zach Moss when JT went down.
Yeah, fair enough.
Obviously, you could say, could benefit from, the whole A-Rich being a rusher, whole thing. They do have a good line over there in Indy, which is, why a lot of people are there. So if you, kind of tell the story that JT gets a little banged up, Trey
They're
Sermon
mid.
can kind of maybe come in and, he was serviceable last year. But, I mean,
Their
for an 18th round pick, you never know. Just throw
line
them out
is
there.
mid. They're not what
Yeah,
they
they're
used
all
to
right.
be. Their middle
they're
of their
all right.
line is their best part with Ryan Kelly and Quentin Nelson. Their outside is what they haven't been able to fix. That's their problem. Their problem on offense is their offensive line. That's the one thing that they had that was really good for about 2-3 years. Like last 2-3 years, I'd say like 2 prior, they were good, and then all of a sudden they just fell off the face of the earth. I love this pick. This is such an underrated pick, and I love it. Hometown kid. Dylan. I'm always
Lobby.
Lobby. Yeah,
I like that pick a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
It's
I
almost
like
the same consideration as like Trey Sermon. Like it's one of those, hey, you're just basically free and could walk into a RB1 role.
I mean, honestly, he is somebody that keeps getting talked up as like a Danny Woodhead. Like he's going to be that type of player. He Christian McCaffrey light. I keep hearing like all these different things, and I'm like, yeah, the kid looks like a little mini ham. Like he looks like a well-built kid, and he got most of his work in pass catching. So I really like it. I think the kid can do real well.
The offense doesn't have a lot of weapons. I think there's some pretty awesome, like the cool scheming they can do because they have 2 extremely capable tight ends. Like
they better be running 12.
Yeah, they can run some 12 personnel where like you actually have a billion wide receivers on the field when you include Laube.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, the fact that Zamir White, I don't think he has stone hands, but he is not a pass catcher, and Alexander Madison. I think he's not horrible. He's definitely just not the pass catcher anywhere close to Laube. So he has such a clear cut, like already schemed in from day one, third down back type stuff. Yeah, and you shouldn't get like hey, he has a third down role in the last round. If you didn't take him there, it would have been close between Laube and Dameon Pierce. I just like Dameon in the 18th because he's one of the most surefire. He literally will already get some work.
Yeah.
And if Houston is as good as we think they'll be, there should be some blowouts where why wouldn't you just rest Mixon and Dameon's going to get the Elijah Missile treatment where he gets to actually kind of eat in the fourth quarter. And with the kickoff rules, he's actually a pretty competent returner. So I like the fact that Dameon's going to he might run a couple back every now and again. And I would not mind having that.
Where's hold on, I'm looking for it. There we go. Wilson right there going with the Dameon Pierce returning kicks, asking that question. And I can see that too. He was very involved in the special teams and stuff like that. They have another guy back there too. I forgot his name off the top of my head. I think a rookie that they picked up. That's kind of a bigger power back, and they can definitely use him. So
you guys talked me out of Sermon. I went Shipley instead. I went for
Shipley was my other consideration. I actually love that. Like, don't forget, I the only thing that makes me hesitant is I don't think Shipley would be the back. I think it would go to a really, really mixed backfield if he were to get injured. Gainwell would still be the guy in like a low upside offense in terms of a running back situation. But Shipley was really good in college. My college buddies that really scout quite a bit, they thought Shipley just had a pretty rough landing spot, but if you hold him a little bit,
that's a rough. Yeah.
Saquon's been through some injuries. If he stays fragile, I think that could be. He's got that league winner potential. I'm so glad you brought that name up. That's one of my favorites.
Didn't you just pick him in our dynasty league, or was that somebody else?
I end up taking him almost everywhere. I drafted two recent leagues with Phil. I think I have him in both. I think I took him in the most recent draft time with you. I think I probably have a 50% exposure to him in all of my leagues in Coach Dynasty. Like I'm not kidding.
That would make sense.
Very nice. All right, so we'll take a look at this real quick, and then we'll call it a night here for you guys. We do have Gator saying, if nothing else, y'all are welcome. He said this is how you build a winning SFB satellite team. So again, big shout out to Scott Fish and of course the partnership with Underdog. So there we go. Jawar Jordan.
He's the guy that I'm talking about. Jawad
Yeah, he's
Jordan.
the return guy. Yeah.
Very cool. Might have to line him up for a real Scott Fishbowl over there. Let's go.
He's a guy they all know him.
Okay.
It's
All
so
they know
true.
is tight ends. Yeah, that's right.
So true.
IU for
Oh
sure.
my god.
Gooder says, let's do another.
Hey man.
Jump into a baseball
wife might
mania
get-
or something, or what? What are we doing tonight? Gentlemen? So you guys want to kind of quickly just go through your teams real quick,
Yeah.
give a little recap, and then let's see. So Kendall, you want to go through yours first?
Yeah, sure. Run through real quick.
Let
So
them
I
know
went
like kind of what your build is and all that good. You know how to break. You're a pro. You know how to break it down for.
Yeah. So we went basically we went hero RB strategy that also became a hero QB strategy built around the Buffalo Bill stack and Josh Allen. So Brees Hall with my hero RB, and then I'll kind of give you the breakdown. But that's what it ended up being. Tight end is my onesie that suffered. Had to go a little bit later there. Generally looking at heroish RB and Josh Allen stack. So at QB, Josh Allen, and my QB2, I went for Jaden Daniels, all rushing upside. Almost last pick, Russell Wilson, because I have two Pittsburgh Steelers and like a little bit of the upside that he can bring with his legs occasionally. It was just to complete some backdoor stacks that made sense. At running back, hero RB. Well, not even hero RB. It's more bully RB, kind of a hyper fragile build because I went with an 18th round pick, but realistically, it's 4 RBs. It's Brees Hall, James Cook, what I think is an underrated DeAndre Swift, and then my first share of the Gus Bus. So we took them early and often. Wide receivers, we hit them early, and then we had a bunch of rookies late. So I've got Devontae, George Pickens, Calvin Ridley, and then I got 5 rookies in Keon Coleman, Jalen Polk, Roman Wilson, Malachi Corley, and Luke McCaffrey. So maybe we can find a little mini breakout in one of these guys this year. Tight end, bringing it up with Njoku and Schultz. Nothing fancy. Total punt at tight end. Hopefully that doesn't kill me when it comes to week 17. I'm gonna need one of those guys to do something. But hopefully the rookies at wide receiver also pop off and make something happen. So that was my build. How about y'all?
Go ahead, Classic. Tell them about your build. What you liked or didn't like.
Yeah, I mean, I went through the same type of, not the same build, but something similar in the context of hero RB going with Gibbs.
We all three took running backs in the first. That's interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, we ended up, I ended up going that route, getting Drake London after that, who I really like as my wide receiver 1, Michael Pittman that round after. Once I got to the next round after, I was aiming for Sam Laporta here in the 4th round, and I got sniped. I got sniped a ton this round, this particular draft.
One pick away
From everything. But at the end of the day, it was okay. I went with Isaiah Pacheco. I've been getting him a lot lately. Rashad White right after that, even though I was looking for James Cook there, another snipe. But on top of that, then I went and grabbed my quarterback with CJ Stroud, who I was looking for. Unfortunately, I couldn't grab any other Texans that I was looking for, but I was preventing others from doing it as well. Jake Ferguson right after that. Yeah, in this case, I'm playing defense, and I figured I'd stack my later quarterback with somebody if I can. Grab Romeo Doubs, who I like a lot in this 8th round, a lot. He always falls and gets to this point, and because everyone's grabbing Jaden Reed, and they forget about Dobbs a lot. So I like having him around here. Brian Robinson, I really like him in the later rounds for running backs. He's definitely a 0 RB target if you're looking for him. Jahan Dotson is another guy that I like a lot here. The Jake Ferguson pick, I think I skipped, but Jake Ferguson I really like here. He's one of my other guys that I like as a late tight end if you don't get any of the the top 3 guys up at the top. Then below that, I got Justin Herbert right in the 11th round, which I was really happy about just because Jared Goff went off right before me. So I decided to stack him with Quentin Johnston. And honestly, man, I understand the Josh Palmer talk and all that, and I like Josh Palmer a lot.
And McConkey.
And McConkey, but I do like Quinton Johnson a lot. I think he can do very well based on draft capital, who he was, his size. I think he can really step up this year. I'm hoping he does. Tyler Algier next, and we're gonna go with the handcuff here, with Bijan. I mean, if he goes down, damn.
Well said, Gator. Well said.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely, I definitely have a value build. That's how I draft in most situations. Rashad Bateman, just to piss off Rasta.
Yeah, thank you.
Kind of. I do like Rashad Bateman a lot this year. I think he has a good chance to do well. Noah Fant, we talked about already. Tyron Tracy could be the starting running back for the Giants. You're getting him in the 16th round. I love it. Same with Jalen Hyatt. He has the more boom for the Giants. I do like Wandell a lot more for full PPR. And half.
It's a nice best ball pick.
Yeah, for me, it's kind of like Jameson Williams. He's their 9-route guy. He's going to be there all the time. I do like him a lot. So for me, I just why not? And then Dylan, I'm gonna butcher his name again. Lobby. There we go. And he lives around.
I don't think you're able to say Lao like that, right? Because of your accent. I just don't think it happens.
Oh well,
that was good,
dude. He's a Long Island kid.
Oh, so you should be able to hit it nice. Dude, we're all saying it wrong.
Minutes away, and he went to the high school my brother went to.
Oh man, see, I'm probably saying it wrong.
And he's probably thrown with Eli Manning. So because Eli likes going to West Hampton and throwing the ball around with the guy with the team. So Dylan, I'm really rooting for this year. I have a ton of shares of Dylan. So hope he does well over there in Las Vegas. So what about you, Rasta?
There you go. And you ended up going 2772 build with that. So
yeah, I like that type of build.
Keep it nice and even. It's very
classic. I'm very classic. I'm very even.
That's just, we can't make this stuff up, guys. We can't make this stuff up. And then what did you end up with, Kendall? What was your build? I don't know if we went over that. You went 3-5-8-2. Okay.
Yeah,
3 quarterback, 5 running back, 8, and then 2. All right. So for me here, I'll kind of go through mine here quickly. If I can, probably get going on it a little bit. But I did like this team. Starting off with Christian McCaffrey. Again, like all of us here, thinking, that hero RB build. Devonta Smith, I talked about, just really like him this year. Nice little target right there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe could have went, Waddle and still got Devonta. We kind of talked about that during the stream. And then so I followed up with DK Metcalf. Then I called it basically my shot with the Lamar Mark Andrews at the 4-5 turn. Was able to get that. Then I started kind of, taking my upside shots. I knew I was going to target 3 wide receivers here in 6, 7, and 8 to lock in those 5 receivers within the first 8 rounds. Because I felt kind of after that, you're going to hit that wide receiver dead zone that we're talking about when you start getting into round 9 because of all the receivers that are being taken in the first 8 rounds. So end up going with Christian Watson, Jameson Williams, classic who you just talked about, that 9-route guy, just looking for some pop. And then, as we got kind of down here in round 8, was getting a little iffy. Of course, I wanted Jackson Smith, got sniped by Mr. Brad Braham here a few picks earlier. So I pivoted and went Tyler Lockett, but I knew I wanted either as JSN or Lockett there to partner with DK. And then I basically queued up Geno Smith to take here later as my QB2. And then figured with those 2, with that stack, I could get away with the 2 QB build and just kind of fill out from running back from there. So I went with Jalen Warren, Tajay Spears, some guys that can, pop some big plays using the passing game. Those 2-minute drills, just looking for some, peak weeks there. And then had to come back and just fill out some wide receivers. So I kind of went with a safer pick and Brandon Cooks that has some touchdown upside, with in a high volume offense. And then we talked about Sticky Ricky, of course, kind of just went there and figured I was pretty much done at wide receiver there. I would have been okay with that, but ended up, coming down here and getting Devontae Walker because I didn't get Bateman. But in between that, when Jaleel McLaughlin, grabbed that Geno Smith, grabbed my second tight end with K. Dotton here in the 15th, and then just took some dart throw running backs here to fill out my RB room with Keaton Mitchell to kind of get a little stack there with Baltimore. And then we talked about Will Shipley get a little bring back there with Brandon Cooks in that Week 17 matchup. So kind of like how it all kind of came together there a little bit. We'll see what ends up happening.
Nice, got the double stacked QBs.
Mm-hmm. It's a must in best ball. Got to do it.
I had to one up you, man. I triple stacked my QBs. Just
you go.
Just to one up you.
Yeah, thanks, Gator. Thank you. So he's my guy. We'll compare. We'll compare target. We'll compare shares on Otten there. We'll have to check that out. So yeah, man. So we're about an hour 10. Appreciate you guys coming on here with us. Anything else you guys kind of want to add on this before we wrap it up here?
After the video drops in the channels, guys, if you go in the comments and rank the 3 of our drafts.
There we go. I like
give
that.
us each like do it like Dave Portnoy style. Throw some decimals in there, right? 1 through 10. Rate the 3 of us. I'm like super curious how well you think each of our drafts are and how they compare. So definitely do us a solid and drop a couple comments with how you think we did.
I like that. Classic. Any closing arguments you have here before I give the floor to Kindle? Ooh, I don't hear you, my guy. Is that me or you?
Oh, no, that's me.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh man, I'm out of here again.
No, I coughed. I coughed and I hit the cough button. I forgot
there
to
you go.
re-hit the cough button. But yeah, honestly, I really enjoyed this. If you look at the projected, looks like Kendall has the edge on the 2 of us. But me and you are very close at the end, but you got me.
It's because he has a third quarterback.
Yeah, no.
I
was going to use that as, that little caveat. But beyond that, yeah, no, I was excited to do this tonight. And yeah.
Perfect. All right. So before we get out of here, I'm going to give the floor here to Kindle. Gator, you did put together a nice team right there, man. Definitely put together a nice team.
Couldn't agree more, Gator. You killed this draft, dude. I'm not just saying it. I really do like it.
Yeah, Wilson, be frank.
He was doing things there.
Be frank right now. I like it.
There you go. I can be frank right now. There you go. All right. So, Kindle, give you the floor, man. Tell the people where they can find you, what you got going on over on your channel. Spill the beans.
Yes, indeed. So in addition to joining these wonderful folks over at the Get Right Fantasy Network, definitely keep checking them out. I started my own channel and got to meet Rasta and the whole thing. So check me over at the Fantasy Football Tavern over on YouTube, and all the other places coming pretty soon there. We just finished a couple video series. We've got my series on, I do a lot of buy low, sell highs in Dynasty. So I've got that for every position. Definitely let me know what your thoughts are there. I'm going to be updating that. We just are working through a best and worst picks in Dynasty Startup to complete a little bit of Dynasty content. And then coming up real soon, probably with Rasta Classic and the whole Get Right crew, we're going to be doing a series on debates, hot and cold takes. It's going to be a really good time where one of us is really high on a player and the other is not. So if you guys ever watch like the Fantasy Footballers, should be a really nice fantasy court style series. So definitely look forward to that. And if you're not in our sleeper channel, definitely come check it out. And if there's players you want us to debate, we've got a large list of players we're hot and cold on. So drop in the comments of the videos, maybe even this video, a player you're super steamed on or ice cold, or one you just don't know how to rank and you want someone else's really spicy ice or cold take to kind of figure it out. So appreciate y'all joining us, man. Great seeing you guys tonight. Great way to end a week doing some drafting with you guys.
You're loving the hat too.
Ooh,
look at that.
World Series of Poker love, man.
I'm just pandering because I want a really good grade. I want you guys to like my draft. So I wore all the stuff. We got the CMC shirt. We got the WSOP up there. We gotta pander to the crowd here a bit.
Right. There we go. So I appreciate it again. Make sure you guys go check out Phil's channel, the Fantasy Football Tavern over there. The link's down in the description. If you have a moment and you can get it, throw it in the chat as well too, because we do have the live chat replay as well. But yeah, you can always go in the descriptions and hit those there. And of course, we do have our boy again. Happy birthday, Kaya, out there. Hope you're enjoying it. Phil's out there enjoying a weekend. But make sure you guys go check out Phil over there with the extra point. We all know everyone likes scoring those touchdowns, but when you got to come out and kick that extra point, man. So come tune in with him. He's live on Thursdays. He will be off this next Thursday for 4th of July, but he'll be bringing it back. And again, big shout out to him. He'll be having some content up over with the Dynasty Pros, man. New writer for them over there. So check out his content. So again, big congratulations. Again, so happy that we were able to get these guys here on Get Right Fantasy Network, man. Great addition. Heading our Dynasty content for you guys. So keep tuning in. Hit that subscribe button for both of them down there in the description, man. Of course, thank you to Scott Fish for everything you do. Obviously, the partnership with Underdog. Make sure you guys use that promo code Get Right when you go sign up with them. What else we got? What else am I? Fantasy Cares. Make sure you guys go donate for Fantasy Cares, man. If you don't know already, go into your Scott Fishbowl. And you can sign up for Scott Fishbowl 15 already. So go get her done. I'm already signed up for Scott Fishbowl 15. So when I win this, when I'm placed top 500 here in this draft we just did, I'm going to just be smooth sailing right in with my invitation. So make sure you sign up for Scott Fishbowl 15. You can do it now. And I believe drafts are kicking off this weekend, man. I know
I got mine
in my threes chat. I got the dudes that were heading out to Vegas, man. It's like, it's popping, dude. So I'm like right in between Vegas and LA. So I don't know. I got to get to one of these live drafts, man. So I just got to figure out which direction I'm going, but I want to be there. I'm totally jealous of you. And I'm jealous of Tycoon. Kendall, we're trying to get you in, my guy.
Oh yeah, Wilson's trying.
You got to be part of this. We got our ambassador team on this, man. So just keep watching Fantasy Cares. Follow Scott Fish, man. They're doing contests. Watch the potathon, man. Just be all about it. It's all about support. Be involved. They're gonna give away a ton of stuff, man. You got to get in there with us and represent Get Right, man. We got to get everybody in. Wilson, I think, got Frank in. And I'm kind of pissed off because Frank signs up and just not even 2 weeks later, he's just boom in there. So kind of a little jealous and pissed off, but I'm glad to have him in there. Let's get his money out of his pocket and get it donated to the Fantasy Cares organization.
Look
man.
at that.
There he goes. Hey, if Wilson's on something, man, he'll get it. So I believe wholeheartedly.
Gator, we'll get you his Twitter. It's definitely okay. There we go. Yeah, he just gave it to everybody.
Oh yeah, I always try to make sure I set it to the channel, instead of all, but it's all good. And we got to get our boy Phil Ruskin in there too, man. At P Ruskin. So we want both these guys in here, man. We need all of Get Right being represented in here, man. So again, appreciate all the support in here, guys. Again, hit that like and subscribe button for us. Believe it or not, man, 65% of our watch hours come from non-subscribed people. It doesn't cost anything. Just subscribe. You're watching the content. Just help us out by hitting that subscribe button, man, so we can get out to more people and help them out, be part of this wonderful community we have. And again, for those of you guys who have clicked those buttons, man, we really appreciate it. So it doesn't go unnoticed, and we'll keep bringing more stuff for you guys here. So you guys know I'll keep talking about this thing, so you guys got to cut me off. Classic, do you have the outro queued up?
Oh, I'm all ready, bro.
You're already ready? All right, man. So from all of us over here, man, I Get Right, for my bro Destin, for Frank, who's out in Nebraska, for Tycoon, who's out of town as well too, man. Look at Get Right growing, man. Of course, our boy Kendall here, for Phil, Classic, for you, and myself, Rasta, man. We will be back here on Monday with another Underdog Best Ball. We'll see what's going on, what tournaments they have there. Peace out. See you Monday. Happy Friday.
Later.
Fantasy is the play. Marking nothing, but I tune every Friday. Strategies provided.